So when it comes to the Nintendo Switch is really becoming a good place for third-party support. It looks like a lot of third-party developers are really taking notice of the Nintendo Switch. Is the Nintendo Switch the best place to play third-party games? Without a doubt, it's definitely not the best place to play third-party games, because usually what happens when you play games on the Nintendo Switch, developers have to make some type of sacrifice when it comes to either performance or comes to the graphical power of these games. You don't usually get a lot of games that play at native 1080p 60 frames per second or 720p 60 frames per second in handheld mode. A lot of the times games do have to have some type of sacrifice, but what makes the Nintendo Switch so brilliant to play third-party games on is the fact, of course, you can take your games on the go, and on top of that, most of the third-party games that do end up coming to Switch are the full-fat version of the game, and you're playing these on the go, keep in mind. So of course, there's going to be some type of sacrifice, taking in consideration that the Nintendo Switch does have a mobile chipset and not a desktop class chipset like the Xbox One or the PS4, so of course it's going to have less power, but that's what makes these games so great, is the fact that you're taking these full fat versions of these third-party games on the go with you. Sure, there's some exceptions to the rules, like FIFA, like EA's FIFA. EA's FIFA was one game that was actually missing modes and missing features to the game. I don't know if the Nintendo Switch could handle it or EA just got lazy, but whatever the case was, EA's FIFA was missing modes to the game, but most games on the Nintendo Switch that are third-party games aren't missing any features or any core gameplay aspects of those games, and you're usually getting the full fat version of the game on the Nintendo Switch, and that's what makes the Nintendo Switch so brilliant, that you can take these games on the go. Well, in this video, I actually want to talk about 3 upcoming third-party games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch that you should be on the lookout if you're a Nintendo Switch owner and you want to take your games on the go. These are 3 upcoming third-party games that you should look forward to in the near future. Let's start off with the one that's actually coming out this month. So the one that's actually coming out this month is actually Saints Row the Third. Now, if you never played a Saints Row game, Saints Row is pretty much GTA made by another developer, and this is kind of interesting since this is the first time we're really getting a open world style GTA game on the Nintendo Switch. We all know that GTA is probably at this point never coming to the Nintendo Switch. Those rumors are long gone, so it is going to be nice that we are going to be able to have a GTA style game on the Nintendo Switch with Saints Row the Third. I can say the Saints Row series is a fantastic series. You won't be disappointed in it. Is it better than something like GTA? It's really hard to say if it's better than GTA, but what it does for itself is still a nice experience and still a fun experience. I do have to say that game is only going to be $40 when that game comes out, so that's very nice. It's not a full retail game. I guess the company realized that game's a very old game at this point, and they only want to charge $40 for that game. Actually, if you pre-purchase this game right now, you can get it down to, I think, about $35 right now on the eShop, but you're going to have to hurry as soon as possible because you only got like a week left or something like that when it comes to that game being on discount for pre-purchase on the eShop. But either way, Saints Row the Third is coming to the Nintendo Switch, so it's going to be fantastic. You're going to be able to take a big open world like GTA or Saints Row on the go with you on your Nintendo Switch, so that's nice. The next one is actually coming out next month, and I really want to highlight this because I'm super excited about this, but you may not be aware there is a Switch version coming, and the game I'm talking about is Crash Team Racing, and I am a big fan of Crash Team Racing when it comes to the old version back on the PS1. That was definitely one of my most played games back on the PS1. I love everything about that kart racer. Don't dismiss it just because we already have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch, and also Sonic Team Racing is coming this month as well to the Nintendo Switch. But no, CTR is flat out an amazing game for 2 reasons. The world is actually very fun to race in, but the main reason that makes that game so brilliant and why it's worth a purchase in my opinion is the fact that it does have a full story mode, and there's a lot to do in the story mode when it comes to 100%ing the story mode. So if you want something that's going to keep you entertained for hours on end, definitely check out CTR with the story mode and with overall a good universe and things like that. And on top of that, they are adding an online aspect to that game to make that game have much more replayability than it did back in the 90s on the PS1. So check out CTR when it comes out. I think it's coming out on June 21st next month, so that's going to be some pretty exciting stuff that game is coming to the Nintendo Switch on day one. I think it's coming the same day as the other versions of the game. And then the last game that's actually coming to the Nintendo Switch that is a third-party game that just got announced. We actually don't have any release date for this game, but they said it is coming out this summer. The game I'm actually talking about is Devil May Cry. Now, unfortunately, the bad news is with Capcom, it's only going to be, I think, Devil May Cry 1. It's not going to be the Devil May Cry HD collection, because there was an HD collection that was released and it had all the games in it, but unfortunately, we're not going to be getting that, and I know a lot of people are probably mad about that, because I think the Switch could well handle the HD collection for Devil May Cry, and it does kind of suck. Devil May Cry, I think 5 just came out a couple months ago, so that's got to be a killer there, that we're only getting Devil May Cry 1, but to have any Devil May Cry games on the Nintendo Switch is still fantastic. If you never played Devil May Cry, which I played, I think Devil May Cry 2 or 1, Devil May Cry is pretty much just a hack and slash. You can kind of compare Devil May Cry to the Bayonetta series, so if you ever played Bayonetta, you'll kind of feel right at home with Devil May Cry, because Devil May Cry plays like that. It's a very linear hack and slash type action RPG, let's put it that way, and overall it's a very good game. So for Capcom to bring that to the Nintendo Switch is absolutely fantastic. So keep a lookout for Devil May Cry, I think 1, coming to the Nintendo Switch sometime this summer. And there you go, those are 3 upcoming third-party games that you should be a lookout for when it comes to the Nintendo Switch. Anyway guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.